Hi friends. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to get out of a reading slump. I have seen recently in a couple of my book groups that people have been in slumps, and I feel like that's a normal part of the new year. Maybe you were reading really hard at the end of last year trying to meet your goal, or you just don't know what to read next. And I feel like that's a totally normal feeling with the new year. There's also the opposite of you feel refreshed and you're ready to go into this new year and you have this new goal of how many books you want to read, but you don't know where to start. So I thought I would take the time to share some of my tricks to get you guys out of a reading slump if you find yourself in one. My first recommendation is to read something short. This can be a short story, a novella, maybe a graphic novel. Something short would be like 150 pages to 200 pages for me. Your definition might be a little bit different. This, in my experience, has tricked my brain into saying, oh, I completed something. Now let's go complete something else. And it kind of gives me that little dopamine boost of, yes, I accomplished something. Now let's do some more. My next trick is to read in a different format. So if you are always on your phone or on your Kindle reading ebooks and you just don't feel like you have the time to sit still, you feel like you want to do other things around the house, switch to an audiobook. And I can't recommend that enough. Audiobooks are my preferred method of reading because I can do things with my hands and listen while, getting things done, whether that's dishes or folding laundry or commuting, or I can sit and do a puzzle or play video games or sew or something crafty. So I feel like I'm being productive while I'm absorbing my book. Does that make sense? But sometimes you're not computing. Maybe you're just having a hard day focusing and you just can't compute. I would definitely recommend sitting down, physical book or ebook, and trying to read that way. My third tip is to reread a favorite book. This goes back to my first tip of read something and then you'll get that dopamine boost. But if you're rereading a favorite, you already know you're going to like it. So pick up that book, dive back into that world or those characters that you love to read about, and just enjoy revisiting that world. And then once you're done with that, depending on if it's a series or not, pick up something similar to it. Or don't. I don't know. Number 4, switch up your genre. I love reading my fantasy novels. However, sometimes I just need a break, especially with some books that they throw you in the middle of the world and you have to figure out what the heck is going on. So I usually take a break from fantasy by reading thrillers. They are usually very quick paced for me because I want to know what the heck is happening. But maybe you are reading thrillers constantly and you're like, I just see the twists coming. It's not exciting to me anymore. Maybe you want like a juicy romance or something like that. I would recommend just switching up your genre. Number 5, watch book content on YouTube or go to a bookstore. I get super excited to read books when I see creators talking about their favorite books. Like, they're convincing me to read stuff and I'm already adding it to my library loans. I really, really enjoy listening to other people talk about books they're passionate about. Hopefully, since you guys are on my channel, you enjoy that as well. But it is a great way to see somebody else get excited about books to get yourself excited about books. Or you can go walk around a bookstore and you go and see this beautiful display table at a bookstore and you're like, wow, these covers are so pretty. I should buy this. Or, wow, I already have that book at home. Maybe I should pick that up. Or scroll through Goodreads. You can scroll through Goodreads, see what the ratings are, and get excited that way too. Number 6, create a comfortable spot in your home. I have this beautiful little setup behind me. I primarily read in my living room though, but create a space that is inviting to you, where you can come, relax, chill out, have that zone to yourself and just make it somewhere you want to spend your time, and then bring a book with you. Bring your headphones for your audiobook with you. Bring your Kindle with you. You see where I'm going with this? Even while you're sitting there thinking about life or you're getting distracted with whatever, bring a book. I think when we create these intentional spaces for relaxation, we're able to turn our minds off, and there's nothing better to do that than diving into a good book. Number 7, create a TBR. I'm a large mood reader, so sometimes having a list of books sitting in front of me that I have to pick from narrows down all my options because I have a lot of books, but even more solidifies, hey, okay, I don't want to read a romance, but I have a thriller on this. Or, hey, I don't want to read this book in the series just yet, but I have this other book that's sitting in front of me. This doesn't always work for everybody. I do find that sometimes as a mood reader, I can have a hard time making a decision. I get that decision block, and having a very small amount of books in front of me to pick from makes it a little bit easier. Or put a bunch of books on pieces of paper, put them in a jar, pull one out, and if you don't feel like reading it, pull the next one. And lastly, don't force it. If you truly have tried some of these tricks and they are not working for you, that's okay. Sometimes our brains just need a break, and that's okay. Reading is supposed to be fun, and if you try to force it, it might feel like a chore, and then your slump might last longer. So give yourself some grace. If you find yourself in a book slump, try these tricks. Tell me if they worked for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon in a new video. I hope that you get out of your slump or pick up a good book that inspires you to start reading again soon. Happy reading.